Hi, we're here with Chris Hodgdon at SHOT Show 2017 with Hodgdon powder, as you might have surmised.
Right, right.
So Chris, welcome to the show. So tell us, what can our audience look forward to in 2017 from Hodgdon powder?
Well, sure. We have several new powder introductions, but mainly we want to talk about CFE BLK. A couple of years ago at the SHOT Show, our #1 question was, I've got a 300 AAC blackout cartridge and I want to shoot subsonic loads. And we really didn't have the ideal powder for that. And so we wanted to develop something that's going to fill the case. The bulk density is just perfect for that case. So now we have it, and it also functions in AR type platforms. It is great for subsonic and supersonic because it works in such a wide variety of bullet weights. And so it's absolutely phenomenal in that case. Now also we have several other smaller type capacity cases like the Wildcat 17 Hornets, the 17 Ackley Hornet, the 221 Fireball, and the 218B. So if you're interested in that sort of predator hunting with those smaller cartridges, that's really good for those because it fills that case. The density is just wonderful there. The 6.8 SPC is again that perfect cartridge size that fills, and also the 7.62 by 39 Russian. And this is the third powder in the series of copper fouling eraser in our powder line. So it really does clean the barrel. You could shoot longer. It cleans the barrel out of the copper fouling, so it's wonderful with that respect. And of course, it's a spherical powder, so it measures
very
beautifully.
Very well, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And as far as temperature stability,
well, it's really not part of that. It's spherical powders have come a long ways, and they're much better than they used to be. It's not quite to the extreme powder level, but it's excellent. It's better.
Right, but the use case, for folks with those cartridges might be a little different. So,
right.
So that would be okay.
You'll notice a difference than the older powders, ball type powders. Sure.
So definitely an improvement for the ball type.
Right.
And as far as availability of this product,
we are shipping now in 1-pounders and 8-pound containers. You bet.
And so you'll find all the data up on your website.
The data, we have a new website at Hodgdon.com, and if you go to the CFE to see the product description, and if you scroll underneath the product, you'll be able to see all the applications that it's good for. So you don't have to hunt and peck for it. You don't have to get out of that website and go to our reloading data center. You can just go to the product description, scroll down to it, and you can go right to the data. It's really set up well at the new website.
And we were talking about your Enduron line of powders.
Enduron, sure.
And I'm sure a lot of folks out there in the audience, you're shooting 4350, you're shooting Varget, some of the real popular powders, H4895, and there have been availability issues with it.
Right, sure.
And it seems like you've got a really good alternative for folks who really want
right. Well,
powder available now.
We developed this new product line called Enduron. Now, Enduron it does a couple different things. It is temperature insensitive, hot and cold wise, similar to the extreme powders. It's as good or better. It really does hold well consistently across the board. And also we've built in a copper fouling eraser type technology. So again, you can shoot longer without cleaning.
And that's an additional benefit that you don't have in 4350 or Varget or H4895.
Now 4166 is comparable to Varget in burning speed, and so if you're having problems finding Varget, it is a very good alternative to go with. It's exceptional in 308 cartridge and bigger. So if you want to try that 4166, it's very consistent across the board. And then we have 4451. Now 4451 is similar to H4350. It's comparable in burn speed. Of course, the data is going to be different, but just slightly. And it is very, very consistent. It is an alternative. H4350 is very popular right now, especially with the 6.5 Creedmoor. There's no doubt that's the king of the mountain. But 4451 is a nice alternative if you can't find H4350.
And these are manufactured in North America.
Yes.
And so the supply chain.
That's the key. Yes.
And so with these other powders, as far as availability, I mean, there's a lot of urban legend going around why they aren't available. So folks, you're going to hear from the source.
Well, H4350 and the Vargets of the world, we cannot make enough of them. It is purely demand, and we are doing our best, and we're going to try and do harder again for 2017 to get caught up to the marketplace. But the demand is really more than what we can supply to the marketplace, and that's why we've offered some alternatives. I understand perfectly about having your load, and your load is perfected, and you don't want to change. I understand that. We understand that perfectly. But if it comes down to, well, I would rather shoot.
as most of us would. Yeah.
It is a nice alternative. It truly is. I think you'll like it.
And we understand that. And for folks in the audience who've been watching our load development videos, you know, these are going to start in the neighborhood of your current loads, and so you need to do a little bit of optimization. It's not like you're switching to a completely new powder, and it's like you're doing. So this sounds like a really good really good option.
Yes, it is. Folks. It is. It is.
Well, Chris, we really appreciate the time you spent with us at SHOT Show 2017, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.